Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam.
Hello, myself Dr. Bijal Zaveri, Dean Faculty of Management Studies, Parole University. First of all, I would like to extend my congratulations and special thanks to UGC's team for arranging this online refresher course for all professors and esteemed academicians of Gujarat. Specifically, thanks to Dr. Neelam Panchal, who has given opportunity to share my views in the area of social media marketing and how to create a presence in the social media. So this topic that I have chosen, that is a leverage institutional branding through crafting social media presence. This entire session will discuss about the some strategies and some guidelines that how social media strategy can be created to create individual branding as well as to create personal branding. Today's world, we cannot imagine without, we can say that without the digital presence. So when we start a journey of digital world, when it indicates that lots of efforts are required to create a branding in the digital era. Now, in earlier days, it was used to create offline branding strategy in a different areas, whether it may be a product related branding strategy, whether it may be service related branding strategies. But when we talk about the certain dimensions of online branding or offline branding, the conceptual dimensions may remain the same. The only thing that will be different, that is, we can say that about the execution point. Now, today's world, we cannot ignore in the area of digital brand. And that is the reason that social media has created lots of effect in the creating branding at individual level, institutional level, and organizational level. So, this entire session that will be in the area of how we can create more effective branding strategies with the help of various platforms. So, just I would like to start this my presentation. Uh, Leverage institutional branding through crafting your social media presence. Now, what is the reason behind to choosing this topic? Because before 5 years, before 10 years, we had never imagined about that what will be the effect of the social media. And you might have observed that so many behavior has been also changed because of the social media. So it is not only just affecting to the buying behavior, but it is also so many companies have started lots of innovative ways that how they can create effective branding strategies with the help of various platforms of social media network. When we talk about that customer engagement, more number of companies have started innovative ways for the customer engagement with the help of social media platform. Just I would like to share the few examples that you might have observed that L'Oreal, when it was introduced in the market during the after the pandemic also, they started a various campaigning activities to attract more number of users. Then Hindustan Liver, whatever the cosmetic products they are dealing with the cosmetic products, company has came out with innovative ways to connect with the customers, how to engage with the customers, and how to increase the loyalty towards the brand. So it indicates that not only one or two companies, I would share that the company that all social professional social networking platform that has changed lots of things during the pandemic. And that is the reason that what they have done, they have came out with a new innovative campaigns to target to more attractive customers. Now, just I would like to give a brief details about myself that I started a journey with in area of marketing. But when I started my journey of PhD in the online marketing, during 2009 2010, that was a very crucial period, that how to say in the foreign countries, that was a very grooming topic about the online shopping. When I started my PhD journey in the area of online shopping, at that time period, to find out the respondents in the same area, that was a quite difficult. But at that moment, the usage of services was too much in a prominent stage. And later on, after 5 years, after 7 years, I think, and after that arrival of all digital payment mode, that indicates that it is a more appropriate way, that without this, it may not be possible to create a effective branding strategy. And that is the reason that in the social media platform, all the companies have started various innovative ways to create effective content. When we talk about the content, I think in the Britannia, then Horlicks, then certain Hindustan Liver Company, when they came out with the certain products and services, companies started with the innovative way that how they can attract more number of customers, how they can create a brand of their product and services in the online platform. And they came out with the innovative ways of gamification. So all these are the social media presence, that how to create a social media presence with the help of various platforms. So many opportunities are available. So better, I would say that in this context, more we have to think about that what will be the opportunity after 5 years or after 10 years. And looking to the current era, I would say that coming year would be in a form of hybrid. And that is the reason that nowadays most of the company, they are using the world, they are using the word that is a physical. They are not talking about the physical, they are not talking about the digital only, but they are talking about that both physical and digital combination, that is a physical approach. Maturity companies have adopted this physical approach. So really I feel that whatever the topic that I had chosen at that moment, and I started my journey also in the area of online marketing, and currently also few of the scholars also pursuing PhD in the area of online virtual communities, then customer engagement, online customer engagement, then mobile application buying behavior, then what is the buying behavior for all this grocery shopping in the online retailing. So I think all this dimension would be really helpful to discuss with you about the how individual can create branding, how individual can create a branding strategy to create individual brand in digital era. What is the role of individual person to provide leverages to the institution to create an institutional branding, and institutional branding that also will helpful for the organizational overall organizational development as a 360-degree approach. So just we'll start with the social media platforms. When we talk about that various types of social media platforms, see, Facebook, before Facebook, that was a social media uh, networking platform, that was a Orkut. and Orkut could not survive in the market for a longer time duration because of so many reasons. Then, after, we can say that Twitter and Wikipedia and LinkedIn and Pinterest, all the platforms, they have created their own way of image in the minds of the customer. Yahoo, Skype, every, see, you can see over there so many social media platforms. And I would say that coming generation, they will totally rely on this all digital platforms in a select for the selected types of product and services. So in that case, we should not avoid about the importance of all this social media presence. When we talk about that, see, Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook, some of the platforms are, as an academician, I would share that some of the platforms are very much helpful, not only to the academician but for the students also, that how they can make their individual branding in this professional world. And lots of social media has provided opportunity to create effective ways of engagement strategies, so that they can utilize they can utilize their time for the effective engagement, not just only for, we can say that, for just for the entertainment purpose. When we talk about the certain dimensions of social media or online marketing, we can say that we have to identify that what is the purpose of any people to use that dimension. See, when we talk about that in a marketing terminology, the two words which are famously used to find out the buying behavior of the customers, that is utilitarian dimension and hedonism dimension. There are various platforms are available in the social media where we can identify the person, we can identify the people where they are totally devoted toward the utilitarian dimension. And we can find out the certain group of people that they are more concerned about a hedonism dimension. Now, making this certain cluster of that group, also we can find out that what would be the more effective ways to target that group of people. And if we try to lead based on their interest area, I think that will help out for the individual person to create a brand. Also, the same dimension can be used to support the institutional brand as well. So, just I would like to continue with that. Initially, we'll focus towards the individual branding. Now, what is the importance of individual branding? When we talk about that, when we talk about the individual branding, in individual branding, one thing that I would suggest that there is in any of the organization, in any of the company, there are more powerful approach in context of, we can say that, uh, how we can create a personal brand in context of, in any organization, one or two, either we are talking about the product, either we talk about the services, or we talk about the people. Infosys, one thing I would like to say that Infosys, the leader of the organization also creates lots of positive impact to the people of the follower. And that is the reason that Nandan Nilekani, when left the organization, so many things were affected to the Infosys company as well. Sometimes the leader of the organization, they are the, we can say that, a spokesperson for the entire organization. One more example that I would like to discuss with you, that in certain company, in certain organization, the one powerful brand will provide the benefit to the rest of the other brands to survive on the back of that powerful brand. And we can say that in that context, example, Hindustan Liver, when they started a journey, I think one or two powerful brand provided a great support to survive the other brands on the back of that strong brand. Similarly, when we talk about that Brahma Kumaris, the face of Brahma Kumaris is known with the sister Shivani, and that personal brand has created that type of aura to the entire, to the so many people in such a manner that we, if that one powerful brand, if we remove out from that place, I think that will affect to the entire organization. So when we talk about that powerful personal brand, lots of thing, each one has their own journey, and that is the reason that how you start that journey and how you want to create that credibility in the mind of a people, that is the most important dimension. Your simple thought, your simple execution of task, which gives a lots of motivation, inspiration to the other people. So I think I must say that each individual person can create a certain type of digital presence with the help of any of the areas, whatever the journey, whatever the rewards, whatever the credibility of that person, whatever the certain mind thought about that person. So many things can be used to create a powerful person brand. Also, I would say that the perceived value, sometimes how the people perceive about that particular person. So here we can say that individual brand has a lots of importance to the organization as well, because sometimes that one person can create lots of changes in the entire organization, and that leadership, or we can say that that type of leadership personality, charismatic personality, may also provide lots of opportunities to the other people. Now, what is the need to make a presence in the digital media? What is the need to make a digital to make a presence in digital media? Just you might have observed a certain type of lifestyle of the people. You might have observed that the lifestyle of the people is totally different, and that is being called as a lifestyle of, we can say about that, wired lifestyle. The reason behind that, the average consumption of usage of internet, or we can say that mobile phones, or we can say that data pack, the average usage, the range between usage 100 to 150 minutes. It indicates that average 2-3 hours. This is a average 2-3 hours are spent by the majority of the people in the social media, and that indicates that that has a lots of effect on a repercussion effect on the so many dimension. It is not only just for the hedonism purpose, we can say that it not only for the entertainment purpose, but it affects to the so many lifestyle of the people, how they want to make a comfort zone, how they want to make a convenience, and sometimes who will lead that product. I think one of the right example that I would like to share that after the after the certain pandemic situation, you might have observed that all educational institute started with innovative ways of campaigning activities, and that was the reason that Byju's came out with a more effective content engagement, that how we use a niche marketing, how they try to focus on the mass marketing to customized marketing. And that is the reason that we can say that where the influence of one person affect to the entire society. So here we can say that the prime factor to create, which requires to create individual branding, the prime factor for this, that is, we can say that about the usage of social media for the various purpose. You can We can find out that from this data also, it indicates that this is a average usage between the age group of 16 to 64, and which indicates that the usage which shows that it has shown the totally upward curve, that it indicates that 15, 16 to 20 or 21, we can say that it has shown the continuous upward direction for the usage of social media. Now, why we use the social media? To use the social media, it requires lots of, we can say that, motivation behind to use that social media. We can say that it requires provides a lots of fans. Now the mindsets of the people has been changed totally. Also, it requires a half of the marketing cost has been reduced drastically, because it requires just, and AI has provided lots of innovative opportunity, that how whatever the word which is used by the customer during the usage of, we can say that, making some purchase, during the usage of sending some messages to friends and family member, AI automatically identify the mindsets of the people, and that is the reason that immediately that advertisements are popped up in any of the social media network. You can find out so many messages also in your personal account based on the search out thing during the last 1 hour or last 2 hour. So that indicates that it provides lots of comfort zone to the people, that how they can increase exposure, then what how they can increase more number of traffic. And that is the reason that, just one thing I would like to share, that so many innovative campaigns carried out by Pizza Hut at the time of when they expanded their franchisee in a different cities. They came out with an innovative campaigning activity to attract more number of customers, to make an attractive connection with the customers. They provided more visibility to their customers. So that indicates that leads to loyal fans about your brand. And when we talk about that certain type of uh, increasing sales, when we talk about this increasing sales also, you might have observed that so many companies came out with a certain co-branding strategy, that how they can promote one brand along with the other brand by the usage of various innovative ways, that how they can increase the sale of the product, how they increase the points. All these are the customer engagement technique. And this customer engagement technique has provided a lots of need to create a social media presence on all the platform. Totally it depends on that which type of product and which type of services, and based on that they use a different types of platform. Based on their you they try to show, they try to create the image of that leader of the organization. I think, see, when we talk about the Tata group, we cannot forget out the face of Ratan Tata. When we talk about a certain type of product and services, and when they deal with the organization, I think we cannot uh, forget out that face, Amul Vargish Korean. So all this leader has created their image in a different way, in a some credibility way, in a some positive way, so that it provides a more credibility for the product and services. Now, what is the advantages of the social media marketing? So it indicates that provides a lots of exposure. It increase the lead, how you can increase the lead, increase thought leadership. Sometimes you might have observed that. See how this Amul came out in the market after the pandemic with the so many new types of product and services, milk related product. They came out with very innovative ways of product in the market. Then after, we can say that after this pandemic, all IT companies came out with the innovative ways of making use of your time in a more convenient way, more comfort way. So that indicates that due to all this exposure, I think now we cannot forget out. Now we cannot make missed out that we have to grab all the advantages of this social media marketing. Now, what is the impact? If we talk about that, what is the impact in the social networking site? We can say that a certain type of customer service, when we talk about the certain quality of the product and services, you might have observed that when you scroll out your majority of the social networking platform, you might have observed out that they provide the different types of group, and that different types of group that provides as per your interest area. So what is the purpose behind that? If you want to increase the customers in the online platforms, I think they would like to take advantage of one people, the person who has created an individual brand, and later on the everyone would like to follow, everyone would like to join that group, and how they want to grab the opportunity. And that is the reason we can say that the online communities or virtual brand communities has played a very vital role. In earlier days, the word which is being used, that is, we can say that a testimonial appeal or testimonial advertisements, they used to create some positive word of mouth and try to represent the same message on a various print media or in a broadcasting media. But at the same time period, nowadays, it has been changed, it has been replaced by the virtual community group. And what is the impact of that virtual community group? That group influence the people in not only for the buying, but to take a certain decision, to change the lifestyle of the people, to make a more impact for that professional development. So this social networking have a biggest impact, and that is the reason that we can say that nowadays every organization, every companies try to create a certain type of group, virtual community group, where they can make their presence, where they can identify the maximum number of people as per their requirement. So all these things, we can say that that is a main added advantage in the social media platform, and that provides a lots of benefit not only for the organization, but that individual person who is leading that group, who is leading that organization. Now, when we talk about that, each platforms when we talk about the different platforms, each platform has their own way of creating advertisement channels, and we can find out that certain types of products, certain type of services, they have created an innovative campaign as per the based on the product category. We can find out that certain types of product, where entertainment related product, the product which is being targeted to certain type of, we can say that a youngsters, what they do, they provide a more campaigning activity on a certain platforms like a Facebook and Instagram. When we talk about that a certain types of product and services, where we talk about that, that is totally intangible services, or we can say that a partly tangible and partly intangible services, they give a more focus towards a certain type of, we can say that a Pinterest or a Snapchat, how they connect with the customers, which type of information that they would like to connect. Nowadays, we can say that OTT platform has also created a great impact, and that is the reason that you try to just make some analysis that OTT platform, if you go for the OTT platform also, they have a different types of advertisement as per the group which they are going to target. So YouTube advertisements, each and every advertisement. Suppose we talk about that a LinkedIn network. So in LinkedIn also, the product and services based on the professional dimension. So definitely they give more focus towards to promote the product on the that social media platform like LinkedIn. Now to create individual brand and whether the institutional brand, which type of certain techniques are required. First of all, that to whom you want to create, to whom you want to target. The first important thing is that for what purpose you are making this campaign, for what purpose you want to create this brand. And that is the reason that the first define about that what is the goal of the designing this type of marketing strategy to design the brand strategy. The second point is that when we talk about that, who will be your target audience, which type of presence that you want to create, whether you want to deal with the certain types of you want to use a certain transformational type of pictures in the minds of the people, or whether you want to connect with the certain type of emotions, or whether some utility that you want to create in the mind of the people. So based on that, different platforms are available, and platforms can be bifurcated based on the need of the product, based on the need of the services. The one of the example that I would like to share, that Mahindra and Mahindra, when they relaunched the product in the market, they carried out a campaign in the LinkedIn, on the LinkedIn platform, where they want to connect only with the business class people. Then, after one more example that I would share, that one of the LinkedIn professionals, I think in more HR related companies, when they wanted to connect with the more employees, HR employees, so they came out with a certain innovative campaigns on the LinkedIn platform also. There are so many companies, they use a various gamification strategy also to create a more effective way. Now majority of the company has also started about the social media content calendar. It means that defines from first day to last day of your month, that which activities are going to execute, which activities are going to plan, how to connect, how to make more effective ways, how you want to create an effective entertainment strategy. So all these techniques would be more helpful to create the regular connection with the customers in the social media. On the first day you are just throwing your message, and after 10 days you are making silent. I think it is very difficult phase. The reason behind that, you are dealing with the clutter. It means that if you are out from the competition, if you have not created that type of image, if you have not created that type of content for your customers, I think the other people will take advantage and you will be missed out from the that race. So here, social media calendar, that which type of story that you want to create, connect, which type of some certain punchline or tagline that you want to create, then on regular basis how you want to create a some treasure type of event and activities for the social media. It means that how you want to create a treasure campaign. Treasure campaigns requires that some initially you just throw out information, you provide few information, but later on you want to stop it, you don't want to, you want to create some curiosity. So that is also important thing, the use of art of storytelling. Storytelling, it means that each and every person has individual journey. All the employee of the organization, how they are contributing to the organization, how they are facing challenges, how they are overcoming the challenges. And at the time of pandemic, I think you might have observed that so many companies have started, all the healthcare sector, all the pharmaceutical sector companies started with that how they are contributing to the society. So not we are talking about that only one level, that is only one person can create all these things, but all employees of the organization they can create some type of individual level branding by connecting with their stories, because each one has their own stories with certain obstacles, with certain challenges, with certain success rate and failure. So these are the we can say that the art of storytelling can be also used. Then when we talk about that, use how you try to create humanize your brand. It means that instead of creating some enigmatic way, human touch, human emotions are most important thing to create the connect with the customer. Then after number of hashtags, which word that you want to use uniquely to come on the first in the search engine optimization. So choosing the word, appropriate word, on which word you want to focus it out, all these dimensions which requires lots of efforts to create a brand in a social media. Then after, we can say that the most important dimension, that is some quality visual content. Quality visual content, ultimately, if you want to connect with your customers, the content should be very much powerful. If your content is not powerful, people will not follow that any brand, any type of product and services. And that is the reason that quality content is most appropriate thing. And finally, we can say that use make at the end of the day, every person has to make some social media analytic techniques, that with social media analytical techniques that can be used to find out that majority companies have made a social media analytics, and based on that they made a some powerful analysis, that based on their, like, how many comments they have received and how many they have shared their views. See, based on that you will find out that what is their awareness level, you can find out that what is their action stage and what is their post purchase action stage. So see, in the consumer behavior also, majority times that we teach to our students also, we try to convey to the students that there is a purchase, pre-purchase, purchase and post-purchase. In a similar way, in the social media also, these are the three dimensions which are more powerful, that like, comment and share and subscribe. See, based on this analytics, you will come to know that up to what extent that brand has created in the minds of the customer. Now, these are the social media skills that every leader needs. See, when we talk about that a brand in a social media platform, so it requires that it starts with the individual level, that is a personal level, and gradually it leads to the organizational level. So initially we can say that a personal level, if any person is using the creating the brand, the it is required at three dimension. One is that producer level, the second one is distributor, and the third one recipient, that those who are receiving your messages. So developing creative competence, it means that, as previously we said, that it requires some artistic version, how you connect with the customer, which type of authenticity that you are trying to convey. I think at the time of pandemic also, major Apollo hospitals, then all multi-speciality hospitals, then after the certain sanitizer company, they provided effective way to create attractive content and how they can connect with the customers. Then we can say that understanding cross platform dynamics. It means that one platform indirectly connected with the another platform, and that is the reason that we can say that in the marketing, that 360 degree, that is, we can say that IMC, integrated marketing communication, 360 degree approach is required. So the same approach can be used, the same platform, all the platforms can be used for the social media as well, to create a certain effective brands. Now, the third point that I would like to share about that, create resonance via selective replies. It means that whatever the certain types of resonance that you want to create, what type of certain effective engagement that you want to create. It requires a lots of it has a great impact on the creating the individual level branding. Now when we talk about the second dimension, that is the strategical dimension, we can share that strategical dimension which indicates that 360-degree environment social media image enables support in 360-degree dimension as well as channel coordinate and channel activities within the span of control. Then second dimension, that balance vertical accountability and horizontal collaboration, leverage social media for key business functions. I think majority of the organization, they use various social media techniques, technical for the technical development as well. They identify that what is the customer response rates. Based on the customer response rate, they design a various types of new campaigning activity. The third dimension, we can say that how they are going to make a valuable relationship with the existing customers. They provide the different platform, they try to connect on the various social media through by sharing their views, by making their fame. Sometimes in the social media also, every time monetary rewards may not affect. Sometimes we can say that the non-monetary awards are also provide the most important dimension, because in the non-monetary reward, we can say that a certain type of fame that you are providing to the customers, then how you are creating brand awareness with a certain reinforcement strategy. Then one more dimension that I would like to share, that monitoring customer reviews, how you review, how whatever the reviews are getting. In social media marketing, it is very important for the brand to create a more positive word of mouth, and at the same time period, they give a more dimension about the user generated content. They give a more emphasis toward the certain dimensions of that, how customers are connected, what is the rate of customer brand engagement, what is the traffic on various websites, how they are managing the various traffic on the various websites. So all these dimensions are also more important to create for the individual brand as well as the, we can say that, a institutional brand. Now, when we talk about that, what are the creative strategy can be used to create a brand messaging on a social media? We can say that creative strategy they are using in the advertisements, like how they use exploring creative techniques. What are the certain dimension like that, whether they are using the rational messages or whether they are using the emotional messages, whether they use the transformational messages. Each dimension has their own reflections on the traffic on the various websites. Which type of dimension in the certain advertisements of McDonald's, you might have observed that the if they want to target the all different types of people from the multi countries, they came out with the different campaigning activity on all social media platform, and they try to link with the YouTube, they try to link with the certain Facebook, on the Instagram as well. So this is the innovative way we can say that organizational level strategic branding. Now, what are the certain tips for effective social media strategies? Now, what are the effective social media strategy? These are the certain points that requires to identify that which type of message that you want to create, to whom you want to create this message, where you want to create this message. Sometimes in the social media platform, the way you are creating campaign, at the same time period you will have to find out that what will be the effective way of making the content in a more dynamic way. The reason behind that, sometimes a of any frequency of posting your materials, that requires a lots of effect. What should be the frequency? During the morning hours, or during the night hours, or during the peak hours? At what time your post should be there? up to what extent frequency is required. Sometimes we can say that the post should not be in such a manner so that they can lead to the wear out effect. And why this message is required, when we talk about that, why this message is required, it means that what is the ultimate objective behind this message. It means that whether the which dimensions that you want to target over there. So that indicates that if you want to create a customer engagement, you need to check out all this dimension. First of all, we can say that content orientation, that content should be more powerful based on the level of interest of the customers. High quality content is more appropriate than sometimes relationship orientation focus. It means that to which type of group of customers or which type of target group of people that you want to target in the advertisements in the social media platforms, which type of story that you want to create. Then the third dimension, that specific need of individual that you want to communicate in the campaign, in the advertisement, right? So all this dimension which gives idea about that how you can create more effective quality content for your social media strategies. So in we can say that what should be the posting frequency in each and every media. We can say that some frequency, that every 2 or 3 posts, but at the same time period, the morning hours, that is around 9 to 10, evening hours around 4 to 5, and the late night we can say that around 8 to 9. These are the three, as per the survey done by the various social media agency. They declared that they provided that information that more posts can create effective engagement to the customers by connecting in a different platform but with the same frequency, instead of avoiding the wear out effect. If too much post, that will lead to the wear out, that will lead to the wear out effect. So we can say that personal brand, that is an individual marketing to themselves to create a career as a brand. So when we talk about that in each and every organization, I feel that every stakeholder is having their own brand, and if that brand can be utilized for the overall strategical approach of the organization, I think that may provide more flexibility, facility to the organization in such a manner so that they can use in a more positive way. They can utilize these things in a more positive way. Now, the point we can say that about the certain organizational branding. So, when we talk about the organizational branding, which indicates that organizational branding, which includes too many dimensions. Sometimes individual brand, it means that the person who has created that type of aura, who has provided opportunities to the all mass by providing the benefits about the so many opportunities that is available in the market. So in organizational brand, we can say that every company has their own brand, every company has their own type of connection with their customers. Example, that organizational branding, now they when they use a social media platform, they try to maintain all the uniformity. The only thing is that they use outreach platform in a different way. They use a brand advocacy through content creation. They try to create more loyal customers in the organization by connecting them in a different way. Social media increase the amount of exposure, and brand also receives increase in the traffic, so which indicates that, which leads to the more loyal fans about the various product and services. So ultimately, I would say that the brand which is created in the mind of the people, that which type of impressions that you want to carry, which type of image that you want to create in the mind of the society, specifically perception about that individual person that should match the characteristic, that should provide the some positive vibes to that people. So ultimately brand which defines in a much more way in how you are creating some unique image about your product and services or about your organization. So that indicates that it requires a lots of efforts. It is not just a one day activity, but it requires a long efforts, long journey on a day to day basis. So how can be created that to introduce yourself verbally, visually in a writing, how effectively that you are using, then demonstrate your belief and value system. Sometimes the advertisements of Tata brand Reliance, you might have observed that how that leader Ambani or Tata has changed out the mindsets of the people. Or we talk about that any technical product and services, technical industry, IT industry, or we can say that our own prime minister, how they have changed out, how they have represented their brand in context of beliefs, values, and system. So that indicates that the perception about the people, how up to what extent you can influence the other people, all these dimensions also play a very important role. How can be a you can become a consistent, the consistency is the more important dimension in the today's digital world. It is once in a while, if you make connectivity with your customers, with your followers, and then after 15 days, 20 days, or 1 month, if you are missed out, so I think you may not able to provide more effective uh, connection with the customers. So that indicates that more consistency is also required. Also we can say that your audience should know exactly what you bring to the table. It means that what you want to represent, that provides a lots of clarity. And at the same time period, we can say that most important thing, you can make your brand analytics with the help of what comment that you have received, what type of likes that you are getting, how many people have created a shares on your post. See, all these things can be used for the analytic point of view as well. The reason behind that, see, in a marketing context, we can say that there are post purchase, pre purchase awareness, pre purchase, purchase, and post purchase. It means that here also it requires a certain consistency, that how you are able to connect with the customers on a more regular basis. So just these are the digital brands, and you can find out that all this brand has created a significant impact on the customer's behavior also. Each of the organization brand has their own individual leader also. You can find out that how this individual leader has created an impact to the entire society, and all this digital brand has their own USP. Whether we talk about the Netflix or LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube, each brand has their own USP in the minds of the customer, which indicates that how they have maintained the various types of consistency, how they have came out with the various types of innovative campaigns. So the just 2 3 points that I wanted to discuss in the last about that. What is a branding process? It means that how you are totally updated with your social media accounts, what you have done till date, each and everything should be updated. Also you make your post on a more regular basis, you connect with your customers on a more regular basis. Also provide, try to make, join the groups, how this online virtual communities or brand communities are creating voice about your product, about your services in a more positive way. how they are making some influence for the making any type of decision. So all these dimensions are most important. So LinkedIn also, just I would like to share that they came out with the various types of innovative campaign activity for the LinkedIn program as well. That they not only for the just entertainment, we can say that this networking websites, they have came out with an innovative campaigning activity, question answer, join the groups, ask questions, and you share your feedback. Also, some of the LinkedIn professionals, they have started to hire a new employees. They came out with a more gamification technique where those who are making the active part of this exercise, that group of people, they would like to make a part of their organization in a long term journey. So all these dimensions which indicates that how the social media platforms make more flexibility, providing more opportunity for not only for the individual but for the overall organization as well. One more dimension that I would like to share about that uh, LinkedIn also came out with that if you want to find out that more attractive employees for the organization, they came out with the various campaigns that how research prospective companies are there, then to whom they want to recommend, to whom they want to hire. So all these dimensions which indicates that this is a more effective way not only for the organization but for the individual person as well. Just I would like to share these are the my connectivity on all social media platforms. You can find out also on all this major platform of social media: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter as well. I feel that if you are searching yourself on a Google and you are coming on the first of the search, it indicates that you have created your image in the minds of the people. So ultimately, I feel that brand cannot be created. Product and services are created in the factory, produced in the factory, but the brands are created in the minds of the people. So here we can say that more emphasis should be given towards all different types of social media platforms as per our interest area. Also, we can connect, we can come out with more innovative ways to approach new upcoming generation, because this coming generation will be totally digital savvy. They are a netizens of the society, and their buying behavior, their lifestyle is totally a wired lifestyle. If you want to bridge the gap between the we can say that a coming generation, and if you want to give a more flourishing ideas, I think these are the platforms we should not escape, but it should be used in a more positive way to create more effective networking activity. Also, this branding strategies will provide the lots of branding strategies will provide the lots of opportunity to the customers as well, and at the same time period, which indicates that lots of innovative decisions can be taken place with the help of all this social media platform. So thank you so much once again. I would like to extend my special thanks to UGC HRDC team, Jagdish sir, and Dr. Neelam Panchal, who has given this opportunity to share my views on the social media presence. Thank you so much.